It's cool this morning. Got Michael getting his skidder warmed up. Mickey's over there getting a truck loaded. Matt's getting his loader warmed up. I'm fixing to go get my cutter warmed up. Get ready, here we go. Okay, so today we're moving sets. We're switching locations. We're cleaning up the first set we started here. We got everything cut to go to that set. We're now moving to this back set on this side of the SMZ of the track. Y'all can see this is going to be a pretty big area here. Probably going to be here for sure the rest of the week in this set. Probably most of the next week across the creek. Again, we have 11 loads to get today, 55 for the week. Today for us is Tuesday. Today is election day. So who knows how that's gonna go. We're not getting into politics here. I'm just, I like to keep y'all updated on what day it is because my stuff runs about a week behind. Everything's going really good so far this morning. I think we've loaded 6 so far. Yeah, 5 or 6, something like that we've loaded so far. We're starting at the very back here, cutting back towards the set. I'm cutting everything as I go towards the set. That way I don't just track my cutter all the way to the front, cut down here, track back, and then load it up on low boy and drag it around. Because every time those tracks turn and they're not making wood, we're losing dollars. So nothing real wild, nothing real crazy yet. We're just moving some loaders, getting everything set up and started in this new set back here. Michael, y'all probably can't see him with the GoPro, but anyway, Michael's right there coming, and we're just getting started. We're cleaning up one spot, getting into a new area of the track, and we're getting started on it. One of the viewers asked about the Bogey skidder stuff that we used to run, and when I say Bogey skidder, I'm meaning is the dual back axle skidders that Tigercat makes, the 625, 615s. I'm not sure if they make the 615 anymore. I don't think they do. And the 615, 625, 635 that Tigercat makes, that has the two axles in the back there, and the really big grapple on the back of it. We owned two Bogey skidders at one time. One was our first one was a 625C. The second one was a 635C. The only difference really was the 635 was a little bit longer nosed and had more horsepower, and it had a box tone grapple on it like the John Deere has. And the 625 was the same nose and everything as a 620, and it had the same size grapple. I believe they were both 23-foot square grapples, but the 625 had the little narrow tongs like what our 620 has out here. So we ran them for it was over 5 years. I think we actually kept them for like 7 years. One of which is still working today in North Louisiana. I believe the man's name is William Atkins. Purchased it from us, and well, actually they purchased it from Deere, because Deere traded us out of the Bogey skidders, and that was our first John Deere skidders, which we traded into two 848H's. This has been a while back, close to 8 years ago now. So anyway, that one skidder is still working in North Louisiana, and to the best of our knowledge, the 625, I believe it's the 625. Anyway, the other one went to Oklahoma. They were great machines. They pulled lots of wood. We worked lots of wet ground with them. We done a lot of things that most company crews in thinning could not do, can't do. They just simply can't do it. That's how we acquired the second Bogey machine. We had the first one, Tigercat, come down, and I mean, I'm not trying to toot our horn or whatever here, but we had that niche market cornered, and Tigercat spent a lot of time here. There was lots of, I want to say you can go back to like the June, I believe that's when it was, June or May 2009, 2010 issue of Southern Logging Times. We were in there for that specific reason. We had, when we first started with the first Bogey skidder, like I said, we had one, which is the 625, and we had a 620C paired with it. To start our shoveling adventures, we started with a 718, not an E or a D or anything. It was just a plain old 718. That's how old it was. We took the 718, dualed both ends out, and it cut the down rows ahead of the track cutter, which back then we had the little bitty 753G from John Deere. And we would cut the down rows ahead of the track cutter. The track cutter would do all of the thinning. The 620 would go down through here, kind of patch, because it was more maneuverable. It would patch the rows. It would build the shovel roads for the 625, and it would also keep the access, the main, where we're standing in here, this is our main access run. if we were back in shovel days, this would be solid wood from side to side all the way to the loader. And the 620's job was specifically to keep the shovel road built and keep the rows patched ahead of the 625. The 625 done nothing but skid wood, so it was technically our only, I mean, technically no, technically yes, was our only skidder, and we skidded over 100 loads a week consecutively for, I can't tell you how many consecutive weeks we done it. It was a lot. We had a contract with our company that we were working for at the time, which was Boise Cascade. They sold out down here. They're not here no more, at least for the pulpwood market they're not. But we had a contract with them for 5 years with these machines, which was the cost or the time that it would took to pay the machines off. They paid us substantially more to acquire the first machine, and then we got not quite as much, but we did get another add-on for having the second one. They asked us to do that because at the time nobody was doing shovel thinning. We were the only shovel thinning crew to the extreme that we were doing it. The area that we stayed in the Fields District for like 4 years, 5 years, I think it was. No, it was 4 years straight. We didn't move out. On the 5th year, we ended up moving off into the Elizabeth area, which is where I work at now. And in those 5 years, we had 4 complete, like there was days that the trucks didn't haul, of course, because of rain, but actual not processing wood in the woods, rain out days. We had 4 rain out days utilizing those Bogey machines. Nowadays, the companies won't let you get as crazy with your roads as what we used to, and most especially we don't push the woods as hard as we used to. But and new skidders today, like a 748 L2, it has a 21, well, this one has a 19-foot grapple on it, but you can get a 21 grapple on it. There's almost no advantage to having the Bogey. Like I said, the biggest reason we acquired them was the fact that the company was paying extra for us to have them. Whenever they quit paying the extra money because of all the extra maintenance that come along with a Bogey machine, all the I mean, you had another set of tires, the bearings and all that stuff. That was back when Tigercat wasn't building all their Bogey systems yet. There was a lot of little bearing issues and washers, and just I want to say it took like 75 gallons of oil or something like that to fill up those rear ends back there. It's been long. I don't remember all the specs on it. They were huge. They were massive machines. They done us a great job. They put us on the map for doing things that others couldn't do. We had a lot of success with them, but because of the extra maintenance and the cost of the machine, like this machine right here is, I think we pay, this one's like $325 or something like that, is what the cost of a 748 new is. A 625 or a 635, I don't even know if they do the 625s anymore, but anyway, the Bogey skidder, you're looking at over $400,000 if I remember right. I think it's like $450,000. It's almost as much as a track cutter. It takes a lot, and with today, it's just not feasible to have one. Spin y'all back around if y'all ain't in the sun. It's just not feasible to have one today. Not that the pay rates aren't good. The pay rates are still what they were when we had the other ones, but they don't have that extra on it no more. So the extra you had to take the extra and just keep put up in case the Bogey system went out, because to completely rebuild the Bogey system, if I'm remembering right, it was $65,000 or $75,000 to rebuild the whole Bogey system. So you had to take all that extra and put up for a long time until you got that extra money in it. Basically, you had to keep an extra $100,000 in your business banking account to for those just in case moments where you don't have to keep that much money in your bank. It's just easier to maintain a bank account without having to have an extra 100,000 in it at all times. So, like I've said before, pretty well usually everything is going to come down to cost. If you want to know why we don't do something anymore, it's cost. And again, this is another one, cost. Amazing machines, we loved them. Like I said, they made us a really good name. We done some really cool stuff with them for Tigercat. I don't know, it's just I would love to have another one just because I think they're badass. But just because something's badass, you can't go get, I mean, that's just like track loaders and processors. I think they're badass too, but just because you think something is cool, you can't just go jump and get it and put it on your job and run it and lose money because of it. That's just not business smart. And if you ain't business smart, you won't be here long. Alright guys, it's time to wrap the day up. Got a decent little wood pile out here, about 3 we think. Tomorrow's going to be interesting, so y'all make sure y'all come back for that. We're only going to have 2 trucks tomorrow, and Michael's got to be off. We're going to be a skeleton crew tomorrow, but marching along this pretty good. As I showed y'all out there earlier, the stuff is it's got a lot of, man, it's a lot of tore up stuff in that out there. And it sucks having to pick it up in the thinning, but it is what it is. So we're getting it done. Like I said, it's just slow on the cutting side, very aggravating on the cutting side. So anyway, y'all go down below, hit that like button, leave me a comment, go subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Thank y'all so much for watching today, and the next video, we'll catch y'all next time.